Two Nerds and a Joke, featuring the Nerf Herder and the Moof Milker.
And we're back.
Thank you, disembodied hot girl voice. It's Two Nerds and a Joke with Robert and Ernie.
I'm Robert.
I'm Ernie.
He is Ernie.
It's been a while.
9 months?
9 months of gestation.
Well, technically 9 months or 1 week. Because last week you would have watched our live on location.
That's true.
Yes.
That's
so you're
true.
going to have to keep track of that kind of stuff now.
We were on location. It was harrowing at times.
It was.
It was kind of very much like our moment where we were in the battlefield, giving viewers like yourself, the inside knowledge of what it's like to be in the wide world.
Outdoors. For you indoors folks. I will say this, though. It's good to be back.
It's good to be back indoors?
Yes. It is. I'm telling you, it's good to be back inside.
So I don't mind it.
Yeah. We have a lot to cover.
We're also in a new
direction.
location.
Well, it's the same location, but with a different view.
Different view.
Yes. It's
looking at my closet back there.
Isn't that exciting? You don't know what's in a man's closet.
Keep that closet closed.
That's what they say.
Just keep it closed.
Keep it closed at all times. So we got a lot to binge. We got a lot of binging we've done.
Yes, there was a lot of time where I was able to fit into my busy schedule.
Some watching of some nonsense.
Watching of nonsense.
Yes.
And all things. Of course, all the big blockbusters in those 9 months.
Yes.
You had the Avengers: Infinity War.
I still cry.
Which I like to call daddy issues. You had
Who's
Deadpool.
daddy?
Thanos.
Oh, yeah. But he didn't have it.
It's all daddy issues.
Huh?
So, you have Deadpool 2
I
that
haven't
came out
watched it
during
yet.
that time.
You watched it?
I watched it. I watched it twice.
Is it worth it?
It's good.
Okay.
It's
on Uverse or something now, so we're going to watch it this week.
What else came out during that time frame? Big blockbuster.
The Netflix Christmas special was pretty decent.
Netflix.
Did you watch that?
No, I did not.
Oh, dude, it's what's his name singing? Like a blues version of Christmas music. It's really funny.
No, I didn't see it.
Yeah, it's cute. It's cute. It's a Christmas time.
Yeah, Netflix pretty much took over. They had, just recently, Bird Box.
Did you watch that?
I watched it.
And?
It's good.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Here's the thing. When I was watching it the first time, because I watched it more than once, and spoilers for in case anybody who hasn't seen it.
Like me.
When you're watching it, you're kind of like, this has already been done.
Okay.
This feels familiar.
Which is kind of why I was avoiding it. Was it like, hasn't 6 other people done this?
Well, the last one that I related to was the one with Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah, I know.
Your boy.
Ew.
And
which one?
It was the one where he played the doctor or botanist or something like that, and everyone in the world was dying. Like this breeze would just blow through, and people would have these suicide thoughts off themselves. It was done by M. Night Shyamalan. Yeah, it was during that stretch run where he had to take.
So is there a big twist at the end?
The twist is that the trees are killing the people.
The trees?
It's the trees. It's the trees are killing people.
What?
Yes.
There's no aliens?
No.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, that's awful.
So the trees, the planet is essentially killing us.
It's like that movie with the girl in the box. I don't remember what movie it was, but there were these giant spores that grew up and turned all the kids into wild, crazy beings. And then the one mother was a teacher, and she was teaching all the kids that were infected because none of
You're thinking Children of the Corn?
No. It's more recent than that. It was a foreign film or something.
No, I didn't see
it was on Netflix at one point. It was actually pretty creepy, but it was basically there were these giant spore beings that were fire that if you set them on fire, they exploded and all their seeds got out and people got infected. And they all went kind of crazy, but it killed off adults. If you were under a certain age, it didn't kill you.
Yeah, so...
But you grew hungry for adult flesh or something really weird.
The premise of the M. Night Shyamalan movie was kind of based on the fact of, like, the Earth goes through this cycle where it just randomly kills off, like, a species. And at the beginning it says, bees are disappearing, and no one knows why. You just come up to, like, hives, and the bees are just all dead for some reason. And they can't find out a reason why. So I guess he kind of put that to people.
Okay.
So, like, the entire movie with Mark Wahlberg, a breeze would pass through, and the person would just go blank face, and they would just want to kill themselves.
Wow. So a similar concept here.
Similar concept. Well, with this, however, spoilers.
If he hasn't already spoiled the twist
It's
ending.
a great cast. All right, you have Sandra Bullock,
Right. That was the whole thing. Is a great cast.
Malkovich.
And John Malkovich is a weird guy.
Yeah.
Is he still weird?
Oh yeah, he's weird in this one, but he's the only one. Oh gosh, I can't believe I'm going to spoil it for everyone.
Oh, you already spoiled the ending. What else is there left to spoil?
He is the only one that I think is the least crazy, or the one that is the most grounded. He gets killed because of other people's stupidity. Let's put it that way.
Does everybody die?
So the premise of the movie is that the world is invaded by aliens.
Mm-hmm.
The aliens, when you see them, essentially invoke your greatest fear,
Right.
which makes you want to kill yourself.
Right. That didn't answer the question.
So
You spoiled everything else.
I'm not going to spoil the ending of the movie.
You just did. The trees are killing everybody.
No, that's Mark Wahlberg.
Oh, that's not the end. That's
No,
not
no,
this.
no.
But there's no aliens.
There's aliens.
Oh, there are actual aliens.
Yes.
So you got me confused with
You
Mark
don't.
Wahlberg.
No.
Oh, you twist-
This is Bird Box.
Yes. Okay. So there's
This
no
is-
trees killing people in
No.
the box. Oh.
This is just
Okay.
like these aliens, the way they are, the way they look. And the nice thing, the way the director did this.
Is this M. Night Shyamalan too?
No.
Okay.
This is Sandra Bullock doing executive producing.
Oh, nice. Okay. See, I was
But,
confused for a second.
but yeah, you don't see the alien
Ever?
ever.
Really?
Yeah.
Spoiler alert. No aliens.
Although-
aliens, but no aliens.
I had to watch it because, like, gosh, I don't want to spoil it anymore,
Well,
but
it's on Netflix. Everybody's watched it, and if it's that good, then people will watch it. It has memes already.
yeah, the
So-
Bird Box challenge,
Yeah.
the Bird Box.
What is the
memes.
Bird Box challenge, anyways?
So the way people finally caught on, like, you can't look at these things.
Yeah.
So how do you get around? You blindfold yourself, and you get around that way. So these people for years are essentially living blind when they go outside.
Mm-hmm.
As long as they stay inside and covered up, they're okay.
Mm-hmm.
Once they step outside and they see one of these things, they go crazy.
Okay.
The only people that aren't affected by this are crazy people.
So if you're already crazy,
Yeah, it doesn't impact you.
interesting.
Yeah, and that's where another group of like big actors are coming to play. Like one of them is David Demolshin. I hope I'm pronouncing his name right. I follow him on Twitter. He was, I don't know if you remember in The Dark Knight, he was
Sure.
one of the Joker's henchmen where like he was wearing the police uniform.
Yeah.
And Harvey
Creepy
Dent wanted
looking.
to
Yeah.
turn. He's in this too.
He's creepy.
Yeah,
He
he's in
looks
this too.
creepy.
Yeah,
Young
he plays one of the crazy guys, which
Okay.
isn't a stretch for him.
Yeah, no,
apparently.
I say he looks crazy.
And he's a method actor too, from what I understand, because he also did Ant-Man. He was the Russian guy in the group. He's the one that talks with the Russian accent.
I don't remember him in Ant-Man.
You
I
know,
remember
yeah.
him in Dark Knight because I just watched Dark Knight like the other night. Like literally.
Great movie.
Oh yeah, still
And-
holds up.
Yeah, it still holds up.
holds up.
Still top 3 movies for me.
Okay.
Top 3.
Princess Bride.
No,
Oh come
not
on.
in the top 3.
Oh come on. Top
It's a
five?
good movie.
Top 10.
Top 10.
Okay.
So I watched Bird Box. I had to watch it a couple times because there's one point in the movie where this guy essentially sketches on like paper what the aliens look like. But there's like a whole bunch of drawings, and I remember seeing it because like when you first watch a movie, there's like so much there.
Sure.
And thankfully, because of Netflix, you can rewatch it again. I rewatched it, and I went to that specific scene, and I was like, huh. And you could see all the different
Variants of what
variants
they
of
think
what
it looks like.
Yeah.
But
so
nobody knows.
you never see it.
That's interesting.
You never see it. Like you see a shadow, you know it's there. Like you feel it. Like there's a scene where you kind of like feel it like hovering over Sandra Bullock. You know, it's really suspenseful, but it's not like M. Night Shyamalan's, which was kind of very gory. Because like there's scenes where like people were intentionally like driving them, you know, pointing their car at a pole. They go flying through the glass. They still survive. They pick up the glass and they slit their own wrists. Like you don't see anything like that.
Okay. Gotcha. That's creepy.
This one was like, wow.
Yeah. All right.
And who knows? There's already you know how the interwebs are. They're already saying that there's already a sequel in the works.
Oh, so somebody doesn't die, so there can be a sequel.
Yeah, yeah. But it's a good thriller more than anything else.
Okay.
the Black Mirror,
Yes.
Bandersnatch.
So this is a good one. I want to preface this.
Go on.
There's a couple of things here. This is, again, not an original idea, but it is an original idea for video. In that the choose-your-own-adventure concept has been around since he was a kid, and you know how old he is, so I'm just saying.
Thank you.
It's been around for a hot minute.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
So it's a really old concept of if you go to this page...
You don't have to really stress the very old here, man. Wow. Starting to feel a certain way.
Hey, well, I feel a certain way, too.
Oh, no.
So the big thing is... Try and get your face in there. There we go. Gotta see all of you. There it is. The choose-your-own-adventure concept has been around for a very, very long time, but it's really been in book form, for the most part.
Because that's the most...
It's the easiest way of doing it.
Yeah.
I remember reading when I was a kid. When
I used to order those from like the little, in school they give you like the little...
the reading club thing.
Yeah.
Little books, the Scholastica.
Yeah, Scholastica stuff.
Yeah. So, when he was 20 and I was about 5 or 6, we were reading the same stuff. I could go any...
Wow.
So this is the first time they did it in video form.
Very interactive, too.
Yeah. Oh, extremely. Now, some of the decisions you could make were kind of silly, but were fun.
The first few selections, because, I didn't know it was a choose-your-adventure.
Right.
I didn't know
really?
that at first.
You didn't know that? Okay.
Now, keep in mind, where I live, I have a smart TV in the bedroom, but in the living room, I have a PS4. So I was streaming my PS4, and I was sitting there watching this, and...
How do you choose on that?
The controller started to vibrate.
Oh, wow, that's cool.
And I grabbed it, and I'm like, what the heck am I supposed to do? And then it goes to letterbox, and then you see the selection there.
Right, but you had to press X or something? And
or highlight and select.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, because I did it on iPad.
Oh, okay.
So you just press.
Yeah,
Which is really clever, I felt.
Yeah.
Now, the story.
You knew it was going to be weird.
Yeah.
I'll keep it clean.
Yeah, but it was weird.
Even for Black Mirror. It was weird.
And here's a big thing, is that...
And I heard that kid that played his friend had to, get off of Twitter.
Really?
Because of the movie, yeah.
Which
He had to say, the blonde guy.
Which one?
The aloof programmer.
Oh,
kid.
when it befriends him.
Yeah.
Okay, why did he have to get off?
Apparently, there was so much vitriol sent his way, he had to get off of Twitter.
Really?
He had to close his Twitter account. Yeah.
Really? What, is people
because
pissed off?
People were pissed about his
decisions.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
people are pretty touchy about this, man.
Well, here's the biggest thing: is the interesting part of it that you had to go through.
Spoilers.
Major, but so the big scene with him, obviously, the really big scene with him.
When he's in the apartment with them, right?
Yes.
And he's like, either you take it. No, you take the acid.
Yes.
Or you leave.
Right.
If you leave and go back, it sends you to
Oh, I didn't. That's the one I didn't go back and do. Because it didn't allow you. But what does it do? It
essentially leads you to the game being a failure.
Right. Okay.
And then it asks you if you want to change your choices.
Got you. The other big one like that was where you have to choose whether or not you have them. Whether you produce it on site or you have to produce it on your own.
At home, yeah.
And on your home was successful. With the company, it's a failure.
Yeah. Because it seemed rushed and the ending doesn't make sense.
Right. So the question is then, the jumping off the roof building.
Okay.
This is the big one.
Where they've dropped acid.
Yes.
And he's basically, the character is the one basically telling the hero of the story, hey, look, it's not what it seems. You really have no choice in this at all.
Right.
You were being controlled by somebody else.
Right.
And I've seen it.
Right. Which is interesting because that's the whole backstory.
I was like, oh, you've seen it, huh? So then he's like, so one of us is going to jump off of this patio. It's either going to be you or me. And if you select yourself, him, the main character of the story, essentially that's how it takes you to an ending.
Really?
Yeah.
That's the one I didn't choose.
So the game comes out. It's a wildly successful. It puts the game company on the map, and they say, tragically, the guy who created it, took his own life.
Interesting. I did not go that route. That's the only route I didn't. I was desperately trying in my interaction because I knew it's Black Mirror, so I knew that there was a high percentage of likelihood that it was going to be a depressing ending.
Yes.
That was my consideration.
Yes.
So I was trying as desperately as possible to not have a bad ending. I was trying very hard.
It's not possible. They make it impossible for you to make the right choice.
Yeah, there is no good options anywhere through it.
I think the best part was when he gets back home and you tell him that you're watching him on Netflix.
Yes.
And you have to explain to him, Netflix is a streaming platform.
Right, because you're talking it's 20, 30 years? No.
It's 1982 or something like that.
Yeah, early 80s.
Yeah.
So you had to explain to him what Netflix is and how far you take it. And I didn't bother explaining the full thing to him.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Did
you?
I did.
And?
He's basically insane, and he never finishes the game.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter what you do. Because I chose the don't tell him full details, and he still goes crazy.
Yeah.
Finishes the game. The big other scene, of course, which is the meme-worthy one, which is he goes with all the options you have to choose, and you still choose to kill the father.
Yeah, the dad has to go.
There's the only option.
The dad has to go, and then there's the other one where he goes back in time
to save the
bunny.
Yes.
But then he makes the mother and him take the train late.
That's the. I mean,
and you save the mom.
Yes, but he dies.
But he dies
in the future.
Yes.
Not in the past.
Correct.
Which doesn't make any sense, but I guess fair enough.
Somebody has to die.
That's literally the best ending you're going to get out of this. That's literally it. That's literally the best ending.
I stumbled across it maybe 2 Fridays ago.
Yeah.
And I was just flipping through. I'm like, all right, I'll watch this. It says trending now, and I was like, okay, this is cool. And then the whole, the controller vibrating.
Yeah. Is this a new wave?
I think there'll be more like this. I heard friend of the podcast, Joe Valera, told me that there's one for kids for Minecraft.
Okay.
It's a little bit cuter, of course.
Of course. But you could do it. You could do it. And the other thing I saw with it is that they did one of the ends, I don't know if you saw this one, is where they are talking about the process of creating the show. There's two out of box endings. One where there's a fight scene at one point. You have the option of doing or not doing, and you choose not to do the fight scene in the therapist's office.
Oh,
they were on a sound stage.
Yes.
Which is really weird. And then the other one, which is technically...
The therapist fight was actually pretty cool.
Did you watch the fight?
Yeah.
Okay, I figured you would watch the fight.
Yeah.
How does that end? Because that's another option I didn't
he
choose.
kills the therapist.
Does he really?
Yeah.
And then he gets arrested and goes to jail and...
Well, and the father tries to break it up, and he ends up, killing the father.
Too. Oh, Jesus, of course. The father always dies. So that one I took the opposite, and that took me to... They're on a sound stage...
Shooting a movie,
which is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
And the other one that's at the credits, you get the option of, and I don't remember what the choice was, but you get to see how the movie was made.
Oh, see, I didn't do that.
Yeah,
I didn't do that.
How the movie, and it's a picture. It's a scene with a woman creating the movie with all the different, the charts, and you get the choice of spilling your coffee or breaking the computer.
Oh, yes. Destroy the computer. Yeah, that was always one of the options.
Always there.
He was, at the beginning, it's like, he's working on his program and it keeps freezing up. And, one of the options it said was, walk away, and the other one was destroy your computer.
Yeah.
I was like, why do they always want me to destroy the computer? So I'm going to go back and try doing that.
Yeah.
See what happens.
I need to go back. It's almost, again, I want to watch it again to see the alternate endings, like the fight scenes and other stuff. I'd like to see those.
Yeah.
But it was interesting, the technology behind it, because you weren't able to scrub. You couldn't scrub forward and backwards in the film at all, which makes sense.
Well, the other thing was that it was pretty seamless. It wasn't like you make a selection, you waited, because... I don't know if you remember playing these games. There were 2 games in the 80s that came out that were on Laserdisc. They were beautiful games. One was called Dragon's Lair.
Oh, yes, of course.
And the other one was called Space Ace.
Yeah, I don't remember Space Ace. I saw Space Ace. It's with him in the... It's always the same movie.
It's the same concept.
Yeah.
Choose your adventure. But the thing was, it wasn't very interactive. It was kind of like you're watching this really well-drawn cartoon, and you only had to make one choice. So... it would be like, all right, he's the knight basically walks into a room, and there's the 3 doors, but the little squares are disappearing. So you have to move
towards one of those.
Towards one of the squares. If you make the wrong move, but there was always a pause.
Yes.
It was like you make a move and make a duke, and then it'd go black.
And that's it.
And then it's like, here's the choice that you made.
Yeah.
So it wasn't very interactive.
Right. This was very smooth. And I could definitely see... Now, as depressing as the story was,
yes,
and there were no happy endings, I would be fascinated to see if they made, not Black Mirror-esque, but like a real... I hate to say a real movie, because it's a real movie, but Black Mirror, it's always going to be sick and twisted. There's no normal ending going to happen. And I'm curious to see if they would do that with a real movie, like a legit, grade A movie, but have that option in the movie where there's a sad ending if you do the wrong things and a right ending. And that if you go down this path.
Go back and do all those, the Star Wars movies that Disney put out and give us those options.
Yeah. Maybe because people complain that they didn't do it the right way. Just give them the options of, okay, what way would you go with it then?
Speaking of the right way, DC.
Yes.
So, essentially, they're pulling the plug on the Zachverse.
Oh.
But the thing is that...
Here's my thing, though.
Everyone liked the Zachverse.
Yeah, we liked it. Why would they get... Okay, and speaking of DC, and again, I put this on a Facebook post already out there, on my personal Facebook, but not that they needed redemption, but Aquaman should redeem them with the naysayers.
Aquaman kicked butt.
That was fantastic.
It kicked butt.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it.
Have you not?
No, I've been holding out.
Oh my God!
I'll be
what are you waiting for?
I'll be seeing it today.
Okay, I was going to say, what are you waiting for? Godot? I mean, seriously, dude. It is spectacular. It is adventure. It has Boba Fett in it, so you can't go wrong. I mean, obviously from the new Boba Fett, the Boba Fett's father, basically.
Yes,
but still, Jango. But he's in it. He's very good. He doesn't make one Boba Fett reference the whole time, so we're cool.
But like I said, as I hate to say it, but like the internet is what ruined the Zachverse, because he had a 5-movie plan to tell the Superman story, and recently it was leaked out on Twitter of what the ending was going to be for. So you had Man of Steel, which introduces us to Henry Cavill, and
he was a good Spider. He was a good Superman. So he really was good.
The next one was he wanted to get to the Justice League.
Right.
How do you get to the Justice League though? If you have Superman, you don't need other heroes.
Sure.
So you have to introduce Batman, who becomes extra emo on him. He was Mad Fleck.
Yeah.
So this is older Batman who used to fight crime.
Right.
And now he's disillusioned because he lost to Robin.
Yeah.
And apparently he's still holding on to that.
Which is fair enough.
You see it in BVS. Like, you see the suit.
Yeah.
And ha-ha, the joke's on you.
Yeah. So you know it was there.
Yeah. So he's really emote about that. And now you have this Superman, like, coming in and he's disillusioned with that. Of course, at the end, he realizes that Superman was more human than he gave him credit for.
Sure. Which is the point.
Which was the point.
He's not a god. And they play, and I like the way he did it. He played with the concept of Superman as a god.
Yes.
And how, what does that feel like to be a god when you're not really
and also
a god?
The fact that people were kind of like dismissive about his performance, but like he kind of hinted that in that whole movie, Superman's kind of sad because he's sad at the people he can't save. Mm-hmm. And you see it in that scene where he saves the girl from the burning fire, and like all the people are reaching out for him. He's like kind of uncomfortable with that because he's like, yeah, think of all the people I couldn't save, though.
Right. And the other part of that, too, is it comes back to how does it feel to be a god, and then if you have a tragedy happen.
Yeah.
Which they keep alluding. And I was so saddened because it ended up being that it's basically the mother box and all that is what they're leading to. I felt that future should have been if Superman goes crazy.
I thought they were going to give us Injustice.
And
I thought they were going to give us Injustice, but they didn't.
They gave us the Mother Box, and Justice League was just, again...
Justice League was supposed to be the next step to be like, okay, Batman has to get together heroes because, these really strong forces from the galaxy now realize what's here on this planet is Superman.
Yeah.
And supposedly Steppenwolf was supposed to come and get Superman to use against Darkseid.
Sure.
But apparently that didn't work for the studios, so we got that.
Which is a flop.
And
I'm
then
sorry.
it did well.
Oh, I know it did well. And again, it's not like the movies don't do well. It's just like, okay, yes, it was commercially probably a success, but for people who like some sort of... If you're building Justice League,
But
you don't need to be
Justice
formulaic about it,
League,
but you need to give... People had no understanding. All you're doing is intro story for everybody. The 3/4 of the movie was, oh, and here's this dude who's going to join us, and here's this dude, and here's what he does, and here's who he does. And it's like, if you just gave them their own movies first, we wouldn't have that.
well, he did give us...
Or
he
you
did
made
allow,
Justice League a two-parter.
Well, that was the whole thing. Justice League was supposed to be 2 parts.
Yeah, and it should have been. First part is the building of the team.
Yes.
And you end it with them meeting Steppenwolf. That would have been a fantastic cut.
Yeah.
There's Steppenwolf. Everybody's faced off against him. Cut. Fade to black. No more movie.
And
you have people foaming at the mouth for part 2.
Because Steppenwolf needed Superman to fight Darkseid.
Of course.
And then Darkseid finds out about this.
And gets pissed off.
Comes to Earth, and he fights.
That would have been it. That's the thing. That's
Before
not what they
Justice
did.
League, you would have had Wonder Woman, which did well.
This was a good standalone movie.
And then you have Justice League, Justice League Part 1. Then he was going to have Aquaman come in after that.
Which has been fine.
And then it was supposed to be Justice League Part 2.
Which would have been fine. Which would have made sense. You don't have to follow the Marvel formula, but you have to have some sort of plan.
And he was going to introduce the Legion of Doom.
Which would have been fantastic.
Which would have been incredible.
Yes. And again,
because
not that the stories aren't good, it's that they just didn't stick to the plan.
I watched Justice League in the theater.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, like normal, they get up when the credits walk out. But you could tell the diehard fans were still there.
Of course.
And
like we were in Aquaman.
15 seconds after the credits rolling and you saw the boat and the person I was with was like, is Deadpool in this movie? I'm like, that's not Deadpool. That's the original. That's the OG. That's Deathstroke.
And Deathstroke's a cool character.
Deathstroke is cool.
I will say, as much as I love the TV version of Deathstroke, I love the character.
That guy was awesome.
He was still good. He was good.
15 seconds, and he could have...
He was better than the whole movie in some respects.
Oh my gosh, just that scene.
It was good.
Jesse Eisenberg, which everyone...
Yeah, well, Jesse Eisenberg. He's gonna get
because you know why people hated Jesse Eisenberg in that role? Because somebody leaked out that Bryan Cranston was going to be Lex Luthor, and everyone was like, "Ooh, Bryan Cranston would have been the best Lex Luthor." Well, we will never know.
We will never know. And I'm okay, and I know it's not a popular opinion. I like the slightly insane Lex Luthor.
I just didn't understand his plan. That's all.
I think his whole plan was to screw with Superman.
Plus he was supposed to be talking with the mother box.
Right, which he didn't realize.
Yeah.
If you're talking with the mother box and you don't realize what you're doing, then you're going to come off a little crazy. Which is how it was, which is fine.
We had all
he
that
didn't
stuff.
explain it very well until the very, very end. You're like, oh. And then you have to go back and watch the extended version, and then it really makes sense, which is stupid. Just
so
give us a 2.5 hour movie.
Two things
they did it with
Justice
Aquaman. With Aquaman, I'm not going to spoil it, but they gave you a 2 hour and 20-something movie. There's no shit left out, pardon my French. It was a complete movie.
Well, for me, for
gorgeous.
Justice League, the two things I wish they would have done, that war, the Lord of the Rings type war that they had, where they were fighting Steppenwolf with the old gods and the lanterns. You saw the Lantern Corps.
Yes.
I was like, oh, give me more of this. And it's over in 2 minutes.
Yeah.
It's literally 2 minutes and 8 seconds.
It's ridiculous.
And you give me that last 15 seconds of Deathstroke and Lex Luthor putting together the Legion of Doom.
It's like they gave you the best parts and the shortest parts, and the rest of the movie was just what?
Well, it's
filler?
just in between. Yeah.
Again, they just did it backwards. And again, it's not like they don't have a story.
No.
It's not like they don't have the actors. It's not like you don't have the budget.
And I get it. Joss Whedon came in and he gave us the Russian family, which a lot of people hated, but he was like, look.
It gave it a personal touch.
Yeah.
I'm not going to argue that. I thought
that's
it was
Joss Whedon's thing. He's like, yeah, you're kind of wondering what's happening to normal people while these
and that's fair because
beings are destroying their town.
And the DC Marvel, you can correct me if I'm wrong. Marvel does a real world.
Yes.
Where DC does a fake world, but it's still the real world.
Yeah, kind of you could tell
and they don't really. DC doesn't really
Well,
the
the beginning-
comics tell you really about the normal humans. They don't really
Right.
talk about that as much. Marvel, it's all about that. It's kind of how do normal people see them. So it's a difference in backdrop, which is fine. And if Josh Whedon goes in and, well, here's what's happening to people, and they're like, well, this isn't a Marvel movie. Who cares?
Well, he's doing the Batgirl, supposedly.
Which well,
That's going to be cool.
you know my feeling on the Killing Show.
Yeah.
More Batgirl.
More Batgirl.
More Batgirl sex. I mean, I'm good with that. You know, it's good stuff. I'm okay.
I don't think you're going to get the sex.
Oh, no, probably not.
But you're going to get the
Unless
Batgirl.
Catwoman's in there.
Well,
Ivy.
you have the Birds
Should
of
be
Prey.
Poison Ivy. Yeah,
It's the Birds of Prey.
And again,
Gotham City Sirens.
if they do one-off movies that give the little, like, the newspaper
Suicide
clippings.
Squad 2.
Yeah.
Because Suicide Squad was supposed to feed into, like, this whole other part with Justice League as well.
Never happened.
Never happened. Because they canned Zack because of the internet.
Yeah.
The internet killed it.
So stupid. And it's sad. Again, there is a lot of problems.
But
with
apparently, like, going back to my original thing, but there's a t-shirt that you could buy and the proceeds go to suicide prevention. And it maps out how Zack's vision was going to be. So he has all the superhero logos all arranged in a pattern, with the last one being like a baby in the Superman crest. So somebody like got it together like, all right, I know how you were going to end it all, Mr. Zack Snyder. He goes, my theory is that Clark and Lois go back to the barn, and of course they have sex.
Shocking.
She becomes pregnant.
Which I don't know if that would work or not.
Darkseid comes to the world and unleashes holy hell on the world, right?
Okay.
Batman tries to stop him, dies protecting Lois and Clark. They name the baby Bruce.
You got me. Hook, line, and sinker with that. Why is that not okay? Why
He can't do it. He's done. He's fired. So they're doing the reboot.
A full?
DC's doing the reboot. So now they're doing the, like you said, standalone movies that can somewhat connect with the others.
They bring in, like, in the Aquaman, it's not a major spoiler, in one of the scenes, someone opens a drawer and there's a clipping from a newspaper about Batman, for example.
Yeah.
So it's, you're in the same world. Do you mind me telling where the timeline takes, or do you know?
This one has to be after Justice League.
It's right after Justice League. He basically goes home.
the world has been introduced to the Aquaman at this point.
So he's pretty well known and whatever, and he's trying to figure out what to do with that fame.
Because from the clips, they dropped a 5-minute trailer, which everyone was like, at first, 5 minutes? You might as well just put the whole movie out there. But the 5 minutes were amazing.
Oh, God.
I
And
got
the
to see
movie...
Black Manta.
Dude,
Give me Black Manta.
Black Manta, and they do the origin story of Black Manta.
Oh my gosh. He's a pirate, right?
He is a pirate.
Okay.
I mean, it's in the first, half hour of the movie, basically. You meet him right away.
Oh.
And, of course, Aquaman...
Because originally it was Zack wanted Black Manta to be the big bad. And then, DC stepped in and said, no, it's going to be the Ocean Master. I'm like, the Ocean Master? He was lame in the comics.
The Ocean Master's pretty sweet.
But apparently the Ocean Master...
Well, the irony is it's not the Ocean Master. It's the title of Ocean Master and who gets to be the Ocean Master.
You're killing me now.
Yeah, it's that good.
You're killing me.
It's that good.
But I keep seeing all the posts, I saw it past a whole bunch of movies, and I'm like...
Can I give you one more spoiler?
Go on.
His brother's in it.
So
it's that good.
You're following the
It's
Jeff
that good.
Johns...
It's good.
Mark Miller...
They pulled the comic
timeline.
books.
Oh my god.
They pulled the comic books.
And this is the Fast and Furious kid, right?
Page for page, yeah.
This is the Fast and Furious kid.
It's the comics.
Yeah.
This is what their movie should be.
James Wan, right?
This is what their movie should be. This is it. This is DC. And I've constantly said on their show, I don't put Marvel above DC or DC above Marvel. I like them both. They're very different pieces. They're very different entities. But there are some things that Marvel has definitely gotten right in how they build a universe. DC does great at standalones, but has absolutely abysmally put together a universe. They either need to fix it or forget it. I don't care if they do the solo standalones, and that's the direction they want to go in. Another Batman movie that's solo. They want to do this movie that's solo.
Well, they're doing another
Whatever.
Suicide Squad,
Yeah.
they're doing the Batman.
Right.
And then out of left field, Talk
about mutilating a character. I mean, poor
Joker.
Batman. I hope. I don't
Joaquin Phoenix being the Joker,
I
and
can't.
then they released a
Pictures.
teaser. Yeah, pictures of him on set, an actual 11-second clip of him running through a subway.
I don't know.
with the makeup on.
I don't know how I feel. I don't know.
So there's a lot of theories, and one of the theories I read about was
Is that he's not real?
that this is not the Joker.
It's one of
This
his-
is where the Joker gets his inspiration from.
I don't want to
Because
go back.
it's-
I don't want to go back
it's-
to the rapper Joker thug type either.
Oh, you don't like
The
Scarface?
Suicide-
Well, he's going to be in Suicide Squad too.
I know. I just think I haven't watched the full version with the extended cut with the extra Joker scenes, so I don't know if that makes him better.
That's the thing. That should
I
have
don't know.
been a movie, and even the guy who directed the film said, "Yeah, I missed it. The Joker should have been the big bad."
It's the Joker. Everybody wants the Joker to be the big bad. Why would you screw with that?
He wanted the movie to be about control. He essentially Amanda Waller's the big bad.
Which is stupid. Who wants Amanda Waller to be the big bad? I'm sorry. It's just stupid. Just stupid.
He missed.
He missed. I mean, that's my thing. It's again, great characters, great actors. Will Smith, I was surprised.
And he introduced the world to Hot Pants Harley.
You can't go
Yeah,
wrong.
you can't go wrong with Hot Pants Harley.
Yeah. So they have all
There's
these.
roller derby Harley, onesie Harley.
Okay, we know the Harleys.
Bombshell Harley.
Yeah, we got the Harleys. He's obsessed.
Yes.
But they have such great potential.
Oh yeah.
And they just are squandering it, and it's sad, and it sucks. And I don't know. I'm excited for now. Over in the Marvel side of the world.
Okay, now you have Avengers: Infinity War done.
Well,
Then
it will be
after-
done. Yeah, I think they
after-
finished wrapping, or they
Yeah, that's done.
finished it.
But the
Trailer
the next
tears up.
movie,
I'm sorry,
What was
I
the movie
tear.
after that?
Spider-Man: Far From Home,
Far From Home. Okay.
which the trailer is out in Japan, I think, or somewhere
Wait,
overseas.
didn't they release a movie after
Well, the next movie is coming out actually. is
Infinity
not-
War? Yes, it was Ant-Man 2.
Yes,
That
after,
came out
yeah.
after. That came out after Infinity. Now Ant-Man 2 for me,
It was cute.
I could tell Paul Rudd wrote a lot of it because it was like,
It was fine.
I'm like,
It was
oh.
okay. It was cute. It wasn't like, oh my god, this is
The
so
Ghost.
Marvel. Yeah. It wasn't a bad villain. It was okay. It wasn't.
Give me a villain where I don't like. I don't
Okay.
want to like the villain. I want
maybe
the
that
villain-
was the point. Maybe you're not. Maybe
Like
it's
I don't want to
supposed
feel bad for the villain either.
Yeah, but Marvel likes doing that and making you
I don't-
ambiguous. You're not sure how to feel.
Like I don't want Thanos to be like emotional because he doesn't have a relationship with Gamora, and he takes it out on.
But
Nebula.
But you know what the difference is, and that's the difference. That's one of the core differences.
For
and
me,
it's not. And it's
give me the Mad Titan from the comics, the guy who flew around in the helicopter.
Yeah, because
I'm going to throw that around.
really.
Yeah.
Oh God. Here's my thing. And
Darkseid was never in a helicopter.
Yeah.
I just throwing that out there. Darkseid never had a helicopter.
Fine, whatever. The thing is that I don't know if it's a Marvel thing or if it's a Disney thing.
It's a Disney thing.
Is it a Disney? Because he had that kind of relationship in the comics with Death.
Yeah, that was the
I mean,
whole
that was the
point.
whole thing. Is that he had this relationship with Death, and he
was
wasn't
in love with Death.
So he did have love.
Oh,
in the
spoilers in
comics.
case people didn't
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
In the comics, Death is like an actual character.
Yeah, and
It's
he does
it's like this
kind of.
scantily clad woman wearing black.
But I think I don't think that's a Disney thing. I think Disney played that angle. But I think Marvel likes making their villains a little ambiguous. DC, the bad guys are bad. Marvel, the bad guys are. I mean, look at Spider-Man's life. None of his villains are really bad guys. They're all
well,
his
for me,
friends and family. I mean, that's the way it is.
This latest Spider-Man, my favorite scene. It's the taxi cab scene.
Oh,
That's it.
That's it. But that's my point. That's not just Disney thing. Disney plays off that, but that's a Marvel thing. That's their comic angle. Is your villains are your friends.
Yeah. So for me, Ant-Man, the only
Yeah, it was
redeemable thing about
The
Ant-Man.
Ghost was a good character, though. I liked her, which again was not. But I liked the character. I thought it was a cool idea. But yeah, it wasn't like genius. It wasn't like, oh my god, I have to see that again. It was okay. It was a filler movie.
Yeah, that's
It's
the
a
whole thing.
filler.
That felt like a money grab.
Yeah.
It's like-
It was. I mean, you have Hello Kitty, and it's going to be a money grab. Which was pretty. It was funny. It was funny. You got to give it that. It was pretty funny.
At the end, the credit scenes.
Yeah, that was like.
And you're sitting there, you're like, what is this? You're like, where is this credit scene going?
Yeah.
And then it's like, hello, hello, and then it's like fading out like this. I'm like,
Really?
The snap. The snap.
You know now because you're questioning the whole time. When does this take place?
Yeah.
You have no idea until that scene. You're like, oh, you and you know if you felt anything at the end of Infinity Wars with that, you're like, oh, you just had to.
What was there was no extra credit scene with.
No, it just faded to black. You're done, which was brilliant. I'm sorry, I had to give it to them. That was
and then,
fucking.
What was it?
And you know how all the Avengers have that like that final. Like,
but wait, I saw
a
recent trailer where like he's like, is it for the new Avengers?
Yeah,
trailer?
Endgame.
Is it him?
Yeah,
He's like, hey guys, I'm here. I came to help.
Yes.
Yeah. I thought it was for another
Endgame.
movie.
No,
it was
Endgame.
for.
That was another one. That thing with Iron Man.
Now they're throwing another Iron Man at us. Iron Man 4.
Are they really?
Yeah.
I didn't realize they're doing another one. I thought he was done after this Avengers movie.
Well, you know what?
Unless, here's the thing.
The last one, he wasn't even in the suit.
Oh, come on. He's never really in the suit. Let's not pretend here. Okay? That's the easiest job for Robert Downey Jr. in his whole entire career.
He comes in, he sits in a chair in a dark room, and he's in the suit.
It's the stupidest thing ever. It's fine. But
I'm like, how big is that helmet?
Yeah, it's huge,
huge,
right?
It's like this.
Yeah, no, it's ridiculous. But I think the big thing is that is he the one who's going to die?
Yes.
And if he
we
is,
all know why.
I mean, we know. Why? We know, but are they going to? Who?
Ever since Disney got
which
involved,
means Iron
they
Man
wanted
4,
to kill Iron Man, Captain America.
Which, fair enough, the contracts are up.
Thor.
Because the actors, their contracts are up too.
Well, not only that, but they want to kill them so that way they can bring in the girls.
Which, I'm not wholeheartedly against. I just feel it's silly, but whatever. The question then is Iron Man 4.
I think he passes it on to the girl.
Or Penny.
Oh yeah, Penny. Pepper.
Technically, Pepper. She has powers. I don't think they cured her, or did they?
No, they didn't cure her.
So she could. I would be fine with her being Iron Man, wouldn't you? She's hot.
Gwyneth Paltrow?
Yeah. Come on. Iron Man? Iron Woman? I don't know. Iron Thing? I don't know what you call her at that point.
I forgot what name they gave her.
Iron Soldier? I don't know. Or you have Rhodes be him.
No.
War Machine.
War Machine?
Yeah. He's a lesser known actor, relatively speaking.
Don Cheadle?
Yeah. I mean, he isn't, but he is. He's not A-list.
So,
you could go that
I
way.
think they're going to hit this last one. They're all going to... And they're all going to insert girls in their spot. I mean, you're going to... We've already seen it in the comics. The lady Thor, the lady Iron Man, and the lady Captain America.
Yeah. But my thing is...
Oh, Miss Marvel's coming out.
Miss
That's
Marvel.
right. I keep forgetting.
That's back in time, though.
Boring.
I'm not sure it's going to be boring. It's a young Samuel L. Jackson.
No. My thing is, like, everyone's like, why don't we have... what's this character's name? Nick Fury?
Yeah.
Why don't we have a Nick Fury standalone movie?
Okay.
No, you have to give us Miss Marvel.
Well, she's the one who's supposed to come in and save everybody's ass.
I know. She's the Superman of the Marvel universe. Blah, blah, blah.
Again, my big thing is if the story is well done and they introduce women versions of the characters, as long as it makes sense, I'm not going to be against it. I'm not. I'm just not. If it's done well. If they do it well. And Marvel, one thing they've done well...
I'm actually more excited for Wonder Woman 1980.
Than Marvel? Or Captain Marvel?
Miss Marvel, yeah.
Miss Marvel? Yeah, I'm not overly thrilled about Miss Marvel. I think it's going to be okay. I'm not going to these spectaculars are letting on. I'm not excited for it. I'm excited for Endgame. I'm excited for the next Spider-Man.
You've been wondering what shows I have been watching. I keep forgetting. Flash, Arrow.
Are you caught up?
No.
Okay.
Dude, there's so many episodes of those.
I'm done with Arrow. I caught up on Flash. I caught up on Legends of Tomorrow. That's worth it.
It kind of teetered off second season.
No, you need to go back.
I have to go back.
It's Constantine, dude, all the time. Oh my god.
And that's the other thing I wanted to bring up.
And the real one, from the TV show they canceled. The real Constantine. Yeah. It's good. He's good. And the next season's all about Constantine. They opened up the portal to...
There's a whole other thing that Marvel hasn't tapped into. I don't think they will.
I'd love
the black magic.
Yeah, I'd love them to. But they have the perfect outlet. They have Doctor Strange, and he's coming up.
DC Dark.
Yeah, but Marvel has the opportunity with Doctor Strange, and I know they're making another Doctor Strange movie. Tap into that world. They have the dark magic villain.
Yeah. Well, they're not gonna do it.
We'll see. They've been talking after Disney After Dark. They've been talking it. I don't know if they're going to.
Well, they're going to pull all their stuff from Netflix to their own streaming platform,
which we're all going to buy.
So
because of the Mandalorian.
That brings up another thing. Yes, that they're forcing my hand, and I think they're forcing a lot of our hands.
Oh, yeah.
To buy these streaming services.
Of course.
They end up being like $6 or $8 a month.
So they're not outrageous, but they're just enough to make.
But when you start adding up the other ones,
what are you going to drop?
Yeah.
Would you drop something?
All right. Right now, I have Prime, Netflix, Hulu. Does Vudu count?
Yeah. If you pay for it, it counts.
No, I don't pay for Vudu.
If you don't count, then you don't pay for it, then it doesn't count. So the question is which would you drop? That costs money. Do you ship a lot? If you don't ship a lot, then Prime's not worth it.
I'd have to drop Prime.
Yeah. You drop Prime.
But you know
You're
what?
not going to keep them all. You can't. You know you can't.
Like it's
I'm
all,
not paying
like
for.
the whole
I'm not
thing.
paying for Prime.
The whole thing
so
about
fine,
the streaming was that we're supposed to get away from cable because the cost.
Yeah.
So they said streaming is going to be so much cheaper,
and it really is.
and it is until you start adding up all the different. Because DC has their own now.
Which I'm not. I thought they ended up canceling that because there's so much backflag from it.
No, apparently it's
back on again.
back on again.
I don't see anything on the DC channel that I'd want to watch.
Well, it's the CW.
Are they pulling all their CW
Yes.
stuff?
It's all the same app.
So, okay, well, are they pulling stuff from the CW app?
Because like they have
CW.
CW, they have the CW Seed, which is all the.
Cloak and Dagger's on there. That was actually good.
Yeah, I haven't had a chance to see Cloak and
That's
Dagger.
good. That's good. It's on the Seed, right?
No,
yeah.
no, that's not Seed. That's
What was-
Marvel.
What was it on?
CBS?
No.
CBS has its own.
It used to be Family. I forgot. It's Freeform. That's what
Freeform.
it was. Seed. What did Seed have on it? It had something that I watched. I don't
Yeah,
know what it was.
Supergirl.
Supergirl's cool. Yes, they pulled her.
Man, let me tell you, after
She's good. They bring in Lex Luthor.
Yeah,
Real Lex Luthor, not
Real Lex Luthor.
sister of Lex Luthor.
Alexa.
Yeah, which she's fine. She's a decent character.
Or
I'm not
Lexi.
against her. Yeah, she's a good character.
But for me, like, I wish
I just don't see it working.
I wish some of it would be like on regular channels. I get it; it will never
Yeah.
happen.
Well, I would never buy cable at this point.
I only have cable because it comes where I live.
Right.
I don't pay for
Yeah.
it.
But I think if Teen Titans was better than what it looked like,
Oh man, did that
then I would.
ever get some flack?
Yeah. Then I would be totally into it. I would watch it for that. I just don't see anything that they're going to bring on board unless they pull. If they pull all the CW stuff
Well,
onto the stream,
they're bringing
and
back
cut
the
it,
cartoon.
That's fine. Yeah, well, they say that. Who knows when that's actually going to happen?
Hey, that Teen Titans Go thing worked. It brought back.
I'm not arguing. It had its place, but it's
it brought
awful.
the money.
It showed that there was still value to it. I'm not arguing that. Look, DC
It's
runs.
the #1 IP.
It's so stupid. It's so stupid.
And
DC knows how to
even
do
your
animation.
boys in the movie.
Who?
Stan Lee.
Oh. Which doesn't make any sense.
It's so
because
cool.
DC
It's so cool.
May he
makes
rest in
his
peace.
appearance. Yeah, rest in peace. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I mean, he was in his 90s. He lived it.
Oh,
Yeah.
he has a legacy, and who knows how many cutscenes they still have of him out there.
Yeah.
We don't know how many they made, how many more movies.
Well, he was the Watcher, apparently. They.
Okay, that's the fan theory. I don't know if it's ever been shown to be true.
He's
I'm not
the
going to
Watcher.
argue it. I'm not going to argue it, but it's kind of random. If they do it,
What was that?
cool.
The Guardians Part 1, right?
Yeah, where he was
Yeah.
sitting there in space with the helmet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of superheroes, the other one we're going to close out because we've been here for a while.
It's been a minute.
It's been a hot minute. The last one I want to talk about, and you haven't seen it yet, but you do need to see it, is Sony and Spider-Man.
Oh, the Spider-Verse.
Yes. Talk
Spider-Ham?
Spider-Ham.
Peter Porker?
Still ridiculous. I will tell you this,
Was
and
the Eagle? Was the Eagle his nemesis? I can't remember.
It was not an eagle. It was a bird. It was bird goblin. It was
Bird.
gobbler.
Gobbler?
Gobbler. He was a turkey. He's a turkey.
Oh, gosh.
Here's the thing. I read the graphic novel of Into the Spider-Verse because a friend of mine had all the comics from Into the Spider-Verse, with all the different characters. It was fine. I enjoyed the characters, but I did not like the story at all. I didn't like the concept of these guys going around eating Spider-Man. It was stupid. It was a stupid concept. Great characters. This animated movie changes the story completely.
Hey, every person that I know
It's
that saw it
oh.
said it's the best Spider-Man movie they've ever seen.
I can't even begin to argue. It's leaps and bounds against anything
like,
else they've done in live
really?
action. Yes.
Like, I still remember people watching the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man and saying that was an incredible movie.
Considering that there hadn't really been a Spider-Man movie that was anything live action that was good, the first one with Tobey, if you've never had a Spider-Man
And the timing
movie,
of
was
it
good.
was really
Yeah.
right after 9/11.
It was good.
Based in New York.
Yeah.
A lot of feels were there.
It was a good.
Yeah.
The first one was a good movie. They went downhill really fast, but the first one was really.
Second and third one.
The first one was good. It was good. My issue was.
Oh, you didn't talk about your boy.
Who?
Venom.
I haven't watched it yet.
Oh, you haven't seen Venom?
I haven't seen it.
I have watched Venom.
Okay, so I've watched Into the Spider-Verse. Totally usable. They're going to make sequels to it. They're making spin-offs. And they include the meme at the end. Spoiler alert, it's a cutscene.
So
The pointing Spider-Man?
Yeah.
They use the pointing Spider-Man as the end cut scene. It's hilarious. There's nothing to do with the story, no spoiler. But it's cool.
Okay.
And it's really good. And Spider-Gwen, oh my god.
I will say
It was worth it just for Spider-Man.
I will save everyone the trouble
Yes.
of watching Venom.
Yes. Is it worth it?
You are only going to watch it for the last 1 minute and 10 seconds.
Seriously? Why? I don't know when I'm going to watch it. Go ahead, spoil it for me. Everybody else has seen it already.
Woody Harrelson's in it.
He is Carnage?
And you see him at the very, very, very end of the movie. With the big, crazy red hair and the look. He looks like they pulled him straight off the comic book pages and put him in real life. Woody nailed it.
I am so pissed that we're not going to see the Carnage. We're never going to see it. We're never going to see it.
This movie made a lot of bank.
We're never going to see it. You know why we're never going to see it?
Made
We're not going to see it the way I want it to be
all
seen.
the money.
I want Spider-Man in there and facing off Carnage.
Logan
like it's
set this movie up.
Oh, sure.
And like they were like
Logan was a game changer.
Logan changed it all.
Yeah.
Gave us Venom.
Yeah.
Literally, all of it's forgettable.
Yeah.
No offense, Tom Hardy. You did wonderful. I would watch anything with Tom Hardy in it.
He's a good actor. He's good. So Venom not worth it except for that last minute.
The last 1 minute, 10
That's
seconds.
sad.
And you'll watch it. You'll be like this. You'll be like, okay, that was cool. Okay, that was kind of cool. Okay, that was kind of cool. Wait a minute. Why is this person doing this? Okay, what's this person doing? Oh, okay. Yeah, I know what's going to happen next. Yeah, I know what's going to happen next.
It's very predictable.
Yeah.
You know what looks exciting though? I just watched it today. Punisher season 2.
Punisher.
Did you see the trailer yet?
Yes.
OMG.
And
he came out on Twitter about gun problems in the U.S. Like he talked about gun control.
let me tell you, that guy.
He is a Punisher.
When he was in Daredevil season 2,
Yeah.
on the roof,
Yes.
picking off
Yeah,
the
yeah,
ninjas, and then you
I think
give him
this
his
one-
own show.
I think this one.
That's first season.
This is gonna be bloodier than the first season. I think.
My dad, who doesn't really get into the stuff, I showed him the trailer, which is like the Machine Gun playing the Metallica song, and he goes, "Well, put it on. Let's watch it." And we watched that first episode where he's with the sledgehammer, right? Spoilers.
If you haven't seen the first season, you go watch it.
Shame on you.
Shame on you.
Yeah, he essentially stayed up till 3 a.m. watching all of them.
Good for him.
Yeah, he
You gotta
binged
get
them
into it.
all.
And you know, I watched recently Warzone.
Yeah, see? People hated that movie.
That's Punisher.
Hated it.
It was Punisher.
It was Punisher.
He didn't talk.
It's the most
Yeah, Punisher.
Yeah.
Yeah. He didn't talk. He didn't
He's
have a lot
not
of dialogue.
redeemable.
No.
It's not sappy.
No.
It's not Thomas Jane. It's not
No.
John Travolta. It's
No.
not Dolph Lundgren.
No. It's Punisher.
It's
Period.
Punisher.
That's it.
He's a weather system.
Yeah.
He
That's it.
comes into town, messes things up, and then he's gone.
Yeah. And that's fine. I'm fine with that. If that's what the character's supposed to be, and that's what he always was in the comics,
Yes.
fine. How you pull him into his own show, I thought this was going to be ridiculous. There's no way. He pulled it off. He so totally pulled it off.
Yeah, he did.
And I'm curious. I'm very intrigued because they're now talking Daredevil is petitioning.
Because they want to kill it, but all the fans are like, no, don't.
What the hell are you doing? Yeah.
Wilson Fisk, I think, what's his name? The guy who plays Wilson Fisk.
Yeah, was like petitioning.
Yeah.
And it's not a Disney thing. Disney had nothing
It's
to do with
Netflix.
it. It's Netflix. And I'm like, why? What are you guys doing?
Well, the
It was your
internet,
best one.
the internet is hard on them
Yeah, but we don't know how they...
because of your boy Iron Fist.
It was too slow of a burn, unfortunately. It was a good story, but it was...
boardroom.
Yeah. It was
One
it
more
was-
boardroom fight.
Yeah, it was a little much.
He was the Iron Fist and didn't use the Iron Fist.
If you speed through it, and wants like the last 2 episodes, then it's really good.
Yeah,
That
was the joke, right?
Yeah.
It's a great show. You got to watch 8 episodes. I don't want to watch 8 episodes before it gets good.
Yeah, no, it's bad. It was just slow. It was too slow. But Jessica Jones is getting another season.
Yes, she is.
Which I'm excited. They're talking about Kilgrave coming back somehow.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know how they're going to do that. I don't care. Just Jessica Jones being drunk and punching stuff. I'm okay with that. Punisher's got its 2nd season. Probably is going to be its last if Netflix has its way. And then we'll see. And see what Disney does. If Disney does a Disney After Dark and does that thing, but we know that their streaming is going to have The Mandalorian.
Which I have to buy.
Given. They are going to have a young Kylo Ren.
My email address.
They're going to have...
They're targeting me.
Oh, of course they are.
They want my money.
Yes, and you're going to give it to them.
And I'm going to give it to them.
And you're going to say, please take it.
Well, they're opening up a whole new hotel resort thing.
Did you hear about that?
I heard about it.
You know what it is? You get to be your own character.
Yeah.
They have a
my daughter
unique
told
story.
Me about it.
Yeah. Yeah, they're
even going to do it on a cruise, too.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know how expensive those cruises are?
My ex does those cruises. You kidding me? I know exactly how expensive they are. They go time after time after time after time. Every time it's a cruise. Oh, we're going to a Disney cruise this weekend.
I'm on the hook to go to this resort. I'm on the hook to go on this cruise.
Dude, the Pirates Night, they play Pirates of the Caribbean at high seas and do fireworks off the side of the ship. That was crazy. I can't even imagine what they're doing for the Star Wars stuff. And they're launching a new ship.
Yeah, that's going to be insane.
They're launching a new ship. It's a Star Wars themed ship. It's going to be a whole boat with Star Wars everywhere. You kidding me?
I wonder if George Lucas is regretting the $4 billion.
Oh, I'm sure he's totally rolling over in his bed. Yeah. Oh, I got $4 billion, and they're continuing my story for all eternity. Yeah, that's so bad. I'm suffering so much.
$4 billion.
And I tell you what, no matter what you think of the movies, of the main storyline, I like Solo. I'm watching it again on Netflix now.
I'm going to have to watch it again.
It's good. It's not bad. It really isn't.
Bad.
You know what's going to happen. You know the story. That's fine.
However,
but it's enjoyable.
It felt like they wanted to recapture Rogue One in a way by throwing in the obligatory character from another movie.
Sure. Okay, fine. But you know what?
Spoilers, Darth Maul.
Yeah. But you know what? It fits. It fits with the timeline. All we want is the Obi-Wan movie, and we want Obi-Wan to face off against Darth Maul. We know the Obi-Wan movie's back on. We don't know if Darth Maul's going to be in it.
Look.
But that's what I want to see. I watched
the
Rebels.
cartoons have been doing better than the movies.
Yes, and nobody watches the cartoons according to, because if any of these people online are like, what are they talking about fuel all the time for? They've always talked about fuel, you idiots.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah, it's always been about
now
fuel.
They have to force feed us this stuff so we realize it's real. They're like pushing it. In Han Solo, they push it again. Here's fuel. The ships take fuel, you idiots.
Yeah, you just can't fly these things on good intentions.
Yeah, seriously. It takes some sort of energy.
You need fuel for this.
Anywho, watch Punisher.
Watch Star Wars Rebels.
Yes.
Watch... Oh! Somebody redid... Or is going to redo the Star Wars as animated. I don't know if you saw that.
Yes, it's mini clips on YouTube. It's for kids. It's no new information, though. They're just redoing the original trilogy in animated form. That's literally it. They're doing little mini clips. It's going to probably be cool.
They did. I saw one where it was from Empire Strikes Back when Luke and Vader are having it out.
Okay.
After he finds out he's his father.
Is it good?
Oh, it is so good. And
so
the music, it's modernized music, but it's the Star Wars theme.
Okay. That's cool, though. I mean, it's supposed to be based for kids.
Yeah.
No?
Jeez. The fight scene alone in this. And it's better than... I hate to say this because Empire Strikes Back is my favorite movie of all time. The fight scene in that animated sequence is better than The Empire Strikes Back.
Nice. Okay. And there's an epic fight scene there.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
Especially for the time. You got to think about that,
too.
too.
Yeah. They didn't have the effects like they do now.
So, all right.
Well, this was something of a welcome back.
We're back.
We're back.
We're going to do it.
And we'll keep giving you guys updates.
Yes.
If you guys have anything you'd like for us to talk about or discuss, or you want to hop on.
Yeah. Follow us. Facebook, YouTube. Those are our main ones, really. We're going to focus on those now more than anything else. But yeah, if you want to come on the show, if you want to talk about stuff, let us know.
Yeah.
We're here for you.
We're here for you guys.
And we're free. If you will.
Peace out.
And that's another episode of Two Nerds and a Joke. Please give Robert and Ernie the attention they so desperately seek, and follow them on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and subscribe to the YouTube channel.